Hello, everyone, and welcome to another podcast, as well as this Facebook Live on today. Let us agree to disagree. You know, I like that title. Let us agree to disagree because there's some things that we're not going to agree on. But the one thing that we're trying our best to do is to fix this situation. Y'all always hear me say, as you know, I'm always speaking on these things. I've been doing this Spreaker for quite some time, and I've been on Facebook Live a few times. I'm going to do more because, I always ask for comments, for people to give their input. I said, but the one thing is I see things differently. And that's what I'm doing the best that I can to get you to understand. Start listening to the conversation. They're telling you right to your face. We're believing that they want to help. Glasses off. They're believing or they're telling you that they want to help. But when it comes down to it, they're not trying to help you. They're not trying to do anything for you. But they're taking from you. We're not listening to their conversation. I don't want to jump too far ahead of myself, but when I'm talking about we're not listening to the conversation, it is something how Florida is doing the thing on, how black people not profited, they gained skills from slavery or whatever the case may be. And nobody's saying anything except Kamala Harris with the sorry speech that she made. To who? It wasn't to nobody but politicians when you see that speech. But when they were talking about putting 1619 into the school systems or start teaching that, what did the orange one say? You do that, I'm going to take federal funding from you. Didn't happen, did it? But now in the state of Florida, they can do this and make it law. And then what happens? Silence. People can make the best speeches and say all the, whatever impressive words to make us believe that, these words will make things happen. These words are no, that's not the case. We're not understanding y'all. We're not listening to the conversation. They tell you to your face, we're not going to do anything for you. Stop asking. But it's by their words that you find out, no, they're not here for that. Hillary Clinton really, and this is not in my notes, but Hillary Clinton really put me, when she was running, she put me up on it. How we say it, she put me up on game. She said, it would be lovely for the president to fix this, to put money into this or put money into that. But she said, I am here for infrastructure. So since the age of me being 18 on, they are really here for infrastructure. They're not here to close down the projects. They're not here. You understand what I'm saying? We are not listening to the conversation. The second we start listening to the conversation, we're going to stop participating. There's too much confusion, y'all. There's too much confusion. We have to stop participating. Do you understand what I say? When I say there's too much confusion, we need to stop participating. Y'all are getting ready for 2024, aren't you? You're getting ready to put on. You're getting ready to put on your sticker. You're ready for your sticker, aren't you? And you're going to lose again. We've been going at each other in the black community about this voting thing for so long. And I'm getting tired of the older, and I'm ahead of myself talking about old leadership. I'm getting sick and tired of the older sitting here. So many have died. I'm getting tired of that. That's not working. Stop trying to guilt me into participating in this failure of political lies. Come on, y'all. Why are we still talking about voting? Why are we still participating with voting? Because it does so much. And you can sit right here and complain in your home and complain to each other, but won't do anything about it. You keep going for the lies of they're trying to stop buses from picking people up and going to the polls, and they're doing it, and you are just going for it because it's the media showing it to you. When do we stop participating? Now I know you're getting scared, man. I know you're scared because they brought the immigrants in, and the immigrants are here to kick the black people out. So why would you fight? You need to be quiet. That's what's wrong now. Just because the immigrants are here and they're trying to move the black people out and destroy us and make us null and void. Now we supposed to even tuck our tails even more? Maybe. But I'm not going to do it. I'm going to look at it differently. I've said to you before, if you've been on my Spreaker and you've been listening to what I've been saying, the difference with immigrants is that government is God. That government to them is God. If they say go, they go hard. You understand where I'm coming from? Just because they ran does not mean, you understand, because they don't run from the government. They're running from, the gangs and, bad living and things like that. But understand this. If the plan is to get them to take us out while they're putting them into very big, large black cities, get ready, everybody. Y'all are not listening to the conversation. We're confused. We're not talking to each other. We're busy fighting each other. We stop fighting each other, things will get better. But instead, we're looking at all of these different podcasts. We're looking at, and I share the ones that are positive and, trying to change all this arguing. Man, this is not a debate. Everything is not a debate. The majority of the time, they doing nothing but arguing, trying to go over or yell over the next person because your mind is made up. If your mind's already made up, then we don't need to be talking. When we come together to talk about something, it's for us to come to an agreement somewhere that, maybe something does need to be fixed. That's why I wouldn't talk to a black Republican. For what? Why? Their mind's made up. See, what y'all don't understand is agenda. It's agenda. And when you stop messing with agenda, then you start understanding, oh yes, I voted for that person. I put that person in. But when that person is sitting there doing agenda and not doing what you're asking, then you're not Republican and you're not Democrat. But you believe you are because you say, I'm a Republican, I'm a Democrat, but you're not doing any laws. You're not changing anything. You're being fooled by going down and hitting those little levers or whatever they do in these different states. But you're not really making a difference because once you put them in, they do what they want to do. Well, they are representing me and you still don't have anything. There's still nothing for your generation to generation to generation. But you put that person in. Why? Because you thought that they gave you a promise. They lied to you. Politicians are liars. That's why I wear my shirt very proudly. I hate politics and I hate politicians. They're liars. But instead, one day, maybe just one day soon. Hey, Raven, love you, baby. One day, just one day soon, woo, things are going to get better. I'm 53. That's right, I'm going to pause. I'm 53. I started at 18. And I thought maybe, just maybe, I'm still here. They're still lying. They're still telling you to fill out this paperwork. And when you don't fill out the paperwork in time, what happens? Oh, that money's gone. Well, it's not gone. I'm in a Republican state. I've been watching them since I've been here since 1999. They're liars. They're not doing anything for people. Look at the education. Come on, y'all. When we talk about Leandro, how long this went on for? Basic. Y'all, if we were talking about premium education, I could understand. But instead, they're asking for basic education. When the judge told them to give that money, what did that Republican in that brand new suit say to them? That judge can't make us give them that money, which means what? They have the money. What are we doing now? We're doing drives. Give the kids book bags and notebooks. Give them. And what are they doing? Sitting in the assembly talking every day, not giving anything out and holding out. But yeah, get ready to vote in 2024 because they have your best interest at heart. My God. It's funny how every time we find out that everything that this country has is running out and getting old pipes in the street, the oil refineries that you're making trillions and on top of trillions, on top of trillions, on top of trillions for your children is old and outdated. I know you saw on the news, refineries are over 50 years old and they're not used to taking up this heat. And that's why we're charging you more. Every time I turn around, you're charging me for more and more and more for gas. Then it goes down and then you do it again. Watch out, y'all. We're getting ready for hurricane season. Oh, the trucks can't leave Texas. I am not fooled by you telling me you don't have money. I'm not fooled by you saying, oh, I don't have any money to do anything. A deficit. And the most, prolific speakers speak on the deficit. It's not possible. I'll say this and always will. All the money that they make and continue to make from slavery, you don't have any money? It's not possible. That's nothing but money on top of money on top of money. You don't spend money on top of money on top of money. You don't run out of money on top of money on top of money. That's not possible. And they sitting there putting on CNN and everything, that old deficit clicker, and you believe it. Oh my God. Oh my. Do you know how long they've been saying trillions? They were talking about billions in the 30s. Oh my goodness, y'all. Listen to the conversation. Once you listen to the conversation, you'll stop participating. Trump has made us super stupid. I said this on my son's podcast the other day. Trump has made us super stupid. All the conversations we're having are super stupid. R. Kelly said something when Trey Songz was running his mouth, and he said, have you ever seen an elephant swat a fly? Why are we paying attention to all of this dumb stuff? Black men and women in your 20s, why are you sitting here arguing and making all of these videos and just arguing with each other, not agreeing with each other? To do what? Continue to disagree. My podcast says what? Let us agree to disagree. But instead, we're fighting each other. We're going toe to toe with each other. We're getting up every morning hating each other. And who's profiting from it? Come on. Who's profiting? We're not. There's things happening to us, y'all. And we don't have time to be sitting up here fighting each other. Single people fighting. There's things happening and we're not paying attention. And when they happen, We're still not trying to get together. And I don't know when you're going to change your mind. I don't know when you could, because right now they playing the game. I don't see how Trump is winning, but I'm telling you, I believe DeSantis is going to be your next president. I think it's already been chosen. I don't care who they put up, because he went against the black agenda, and I don't know why, but we are the minority, but fighting and beating up on the minority is going to make you famous. We're not listening to the conversation. And when I talk about this super stupid situation, I'm talking about this trans talk. How is it the trans people now people are getting on here and arguing because they're saying that women don't own periods? Who else gets them? On to the next one. Illinois, the law that they're bringing, I don't know if he made this law or just going to be law, but he made it to where you don't have to be a citizen to be on the police force. I know when I was coming up, I had to show my social security card, and I had to show that I was a citizen to get my job, and I was born here. So in Illinois, because you remember now, that's where the immigrants are. You better watch out. Why I tell you to watch out? Because I said when they do things in one state, and especially I keep my eyes on these Republicans, they all agree and love. And guess what? They bring it into, we in the South, baby. You better watch out. Now, we did it in Illinois because, like I said, they're trying to push us out. And they're trying to do us dirty. We need to start understanding, y'all. They're trying to push us out, and they're doing us dirty, and they're doing us wrong. And it's a plan, and it's an agenda. And we're too busy, separated, and we already have enough people that want to be on a winning team. What do you mean? They want to be Republicans. Why? Because we're dealing with money. But understand this, and we used to always say this, and please accept my language. When you hang around with enough Caucasian people, and you'll start acting like them, they will tell you, you are black, aren't you? Ooh. But they're not doing that now because we are saying bro. And we're changing our language, switching over to, come on now. We're not listening to the conversation. Because when we listen to the conversation, we'll stop participating. I want that to get through to y'all. It is time for the old leadership, black leadership, to pass the baton to the young people. Teach them and get them to lead. I heard that this morning from Dr. Umar, and I have covered this a couple of times, and I'm going to always go back to it because me being 52 and I'm turning 53 on this coming Tuesday, you need to get an understanding, people. You're doing the same thing that the Republicans and Democrats are doing in the White House. Older black people. You're doing the same thing. Now, Dr. Umar made some pretty good, points when he was saying what he was saying, but understand this. Who do we see that from, y'all? Capitol Hill, White House. Them dudes is on oxygen, getting chauffeured just to do nothing. The same dudes that are stopping us now are the same dudes that stopped us in the 40s and the 50s. They still sitting in there. And whoever they dying off, they teaching the next ones to keep doing the same thing. Keep them down. Don't give them nothing. I deserve everything they got. And I don't want them to have anything. I don't want their children's children, children's 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 children. I want my children's children, children's 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 children. We're not listening to the conversation. We listen to the conversation, we'll stop participating. Understand this, y'all. Older black leaders. That's why when I turned 50, y'all, I go to my podcast on Spreaker. I said I do not want to be like those before me. I don't tell you how to get by, to go along, to get along. Something has to change. I'm a teacher. I'm not a preacher. I'm a teacher. I teach. Preaching is inspiration, but teaching is impartation. It sticks to your ribs. That's what we need right now. We don't need all of this, all of this preaching, and jumping and screaming. You know that mess with your heart? It's time to teach. Because when you teach them, they keep it. But preaching is temporary. That's why by the time they get out of the church, they don't remember. You don't believe me? Please, by all means, find out by study our attention, how long we hold attention for. Older leadership needs to pass the baton because you're doing it like the White House. So you can't be complaining when you're acting just like them. You holding the office too long, Pastor. You're holding the office too long, Alderman. You're holding the office too long, people that are in leadership in communities. We're supposed to be teaching, not hawking up the position. Older people teach these younger people. I'm 53. I love to teach. I love it. I do. Either you're going to listen or you don't. Or you're not. But guess what? I sow the seed and move on. I don't sit there and beat you. No. For what? Because about 5 years from now, you're going to remember what I said. As I was imparting into you and giving you wisdom, you're going to remember. And either you're going to change your situation or you're going to find out later in time, down the line, dang, why did I do that? I wasted so much time. It's the time you're not going to get back. I always shout out my man, Todd Davis, at all times, all the time. A lot of the stuff I talk about, y'all, he was telling me this in the 90s. You know I didn't listen? Because I was in church. I was indoctrinated. I thought one day in the sweet by and by, Jesus is going to come back. I'm 53. I'm still here. Guess what? They lied to me. We got to start questioning now. I want my high schoolers to question now. I want my college graduates to question now. It is the most awful thing to be in your 40s and find out that everything was a lie, because that's what happened to me. When I left the church and found out that I was so far behind the curve when it comes to real life. Come on now, talk to me. I found out in my 40s, after I left the church and took back my authority over me, I was being lied to. I'm not here and I'm not bitter. I'm teaching now. And I teach you to what? Look and listen to the conversation. You're not going to need me your whole life. Where in the Bible does it say you're supposed to sit in the church for your whole life? It's not in there. But we do it because that's what we believe. We don't question anything. And the meaning of indoctrination is, anyone? The meaning of indoctrination is to teach you a doctrine without argument, with no argument, with no doubt. And that's why old boy was able to get them to drink the Kool-Aid. because they didn't argue with what he was teaching. Teaching is way more important than preaching, because preaching is temporary. Understand this, y'all. Understand this. We have to, what we're doing right now has not been working. Getting up every Sunday morning is not working. And if it's working for you personally, God bless you. But it's not getting everybody together, and it's not solving a problem in our communities. It hit me one morning. I have one more thing to discuss with y'all. Let me stay in my time on my Spreaker. It hit me. I said, when the guys get out of the military and they get injured, they get hurt, and they don't want to spend their trillions on top of trillions to, help them, what do? They come to us. Help the wounded warrior. Help this. And what do? We give our money. We help. When you go to the grocery store today, they ask, do you want to help with hunger and things like that? And yeah, go ahead, round it out. It's good. It's okay. It's no problem. I'm giving. I'm helping. But in our community, we don't do that for each other. We don't help each other. The only reason, y'all, that we're here and we're in this situation and our children are hungry and they eating these nasty school lunches and they still going to these sorry schools is because we won't get together. Do you know how much the job that I have and the job that you have, brother and sister, we put that money together? Nope. We're going to play the lottery. We're going to live in our homes and we're going to have our own, and we're going to be so happy that nobody's messing with me and I'm alone and I'm by myself and I'm minding my business. I remember I used to hear that. People would drink the alcohol and you would tell them to don't do it. And they said, I'm not bothering anybody. I'm in my house. We're not getting together, y'all, and they are picking us apart. Black Republicans are not in this conversation because that is not on the agenda. We need to stop depending on government. We need to stop going to these polls, and we need to take care of ourselves. But we're scared because of Black Wall Street. We're scared because if you say something, you're going to end up dead. I'm not me. Do you know why? Because I'm not trying to overthrow them. I'm trying to tell us to take care of ourselves and use our money that we work for sometimes 6 days a week, sometimes 7 days a week, in our whole entire lives. And we make a lot of money. But guess what? They take it from us in rent. You've done it. You've done it. You've done the paperwork. You know what it is. But me and 20 other people like me, we got the Maybach now. And we not working for them no more. They don't care as long as we paying our taxes. We not looking at it that way, y'all. We looking at it in fear. Nobody's going to get it. Nobody's going to want to talk to me over there. If Kirk gets in trouble, then I don't want them coming back to me and seeing me. But I'm not telling you to overthrow the government. I'm telling you to take care of you. And only way I'm going to make it is we put it together, you and I. If we don't put it together, it's not going to work, y'all. It's just not. But I have one more last thing to read here. You may not like this, and that's okay. My wife was talking to me about something, and, we were talking about this, and I'm going to say a little something on it. It is said that Black people can't be racist or prejudiced, colorism, or any of that. And I always say, check the Black church. I always say, check the Black church. Okay? Because remember what I said, y'all. I said denomination is separation. When denomination is separation, you see, this is teaching. You have to understand when I say denomination is separation, you have Baptist, you have Methodist, you have Catholic, you have Episcopal, you have Apostolic, and I can't even do them all. You have to go down to the courthouse to find out how many denominations and how many are under cult and how many. That's a whole nother teaching. That's something else. Understand this. You have what? You have your rich in the front and in the middle, and where are the poor people? In the back. You have the people that are giving, and you have the people that are not giving. You have the people that get special favor because they are givers, and they deal with them, and the people can tear the church up, but because they are givers, they're not going to bother them. They're aggressive, they're mean, but the pastor can't do anything because why? They're major, because for the people that don't give, the people that are mean and nasty donate. We have to understand black people can be racist. They can be prejudiced. Well, Kurt, what do you mean? Oh my God. Understand this. And I say this with anyone that can, say whatever you want and, slander me or whatever the case may be. But there was a time when my three boys and my daughter, we were here in North Carolina, and we had people come to us and say, Elder Kirk or Brother Kirk, not Elder Kirk, I can say that. When I was just Brother Kirk and just starting out, brother, I see what you're doing, man. God has spoken to me, and we're going to give you a hand. We're going to help you. And do you know they turned their back and never spoke to me ever again or said anything to me? Now, you may say, well, Kurt, what does that have to do? Because that's supposed to be my brother or my sister, brother and sister. That's supposed to be my family. Y'all, are you listening to the conversation here? We have to get to the part and the point to where we understand, y'all, we are so separated, even in the church. Well, what do you mean? How many people have you heard say, I'll just go in there and I'll do what I got to do, praise the Lord, and then I'll leave. I don't want to talk to nobody. And that's men and women. Because there's too much confusion. They're too busy in there gossiping. And what does that do? That's separation. There's so much I can say right now to question, the church and stuff like that. And, not to question God or Jesus or religion, but to say the building. That's why I don't go back to the building, because there's too much confusion. Can I ask you some questions? God is not the author of confusion, then why is there so much confusion in these churches? We're not understanding, y'all. We're not understanding. We need to sit down and we need to talk. There are things going on, and us getting on here and just talking and bringing it out. I'm bringing it out so you can see it and you can say, okay, we got to fix something. Something's wrong here. Not getting up and going to church Sunday morning and going to Bible study. That's not going to fix this. I'm still here, and I was most active. Barely home sometimes, because I thought that going to the church and doing what the pastor needed done was pleasing in the sight of God. It wasn't the case. It was good for the church itself. And my knees are cracking now when I walk, because I stood on my feet for so many Sundays. Loyal. Come on now. Are you listening to the conversation? We tell ourselves a lot of times what we think God. Y'all still hear this, and this is not even true. When my time comes and it's time for me to go, God's going to ask me what I did for my wife and children. That's not true. He's not going to ask my wife what she did for me, or how did she treated me. It's not true. That's why we go so hard, y'all. We don't question what the church is teaching us, but a majority of what we're doing in the church has nothing to do with God. Nothing to do with God, y'all. It's man. And until we stop doing that, we're going to keep doing this, and our children's children and our children's children is going to keep doing this. When do we change this, y'all? Facebook Live, thank you for joining me. And I'm going to close out my Spreaker differently. I usually play a little music, for them, inspirational. So everybody that's been on my Facebook Live, my baby Raven, the people that, came in and left out because I'm pretty sure they don't want to, be involved with what I'm saying, that's okay. But I sowed the seed, and it will germinate. So everybody, thank you for joining me. God bless, and I would love your feedback. Spreaker, much love, y'all. And I always want y'all to know that this was the first home. I will always be grateful for the Spreaker, because the main reason is this is where I started in 2014. We on 2023. 2014, this is where I started, right here, with a voice. So everybody, please understand this. I just need you to look at this differently. Okay? When you look at this differently, things will change. God bless you, everybody.
He is holy and reigns with splendor. Our God, Yahweh, sovereign King, full of wonder. Our God, Yahweh, we say, Yahweh, 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 be praised, be praised, Yahweh, 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 be praised, Yahweh, Yahweh, His matchless power, infinite wisdom. Our God, Yahweh, none can describe Him, nor compare to Him. Our God, Yahweh, we say, Yahweh, 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 be praised, Yahweh, Yahweh, from the rising of the sun, Yahweh, to the setting down of the sun, Yahweh, be praised, Yahweh, Yahweh, yours is the kingdom, yours is the power. Oh,